Good evening. So today we'll be discussing about pilot card. So I am having my ship's own pilot card as well as the Singapore pilot card. So we'll be discussing about this in detail. So the first thing you have to know about pilot card is you should use only the pilot card that is approved by your company. So this will be inside your SMS manual. So I am unable to show you my company details, so I am just telling you this has to be followed. There will be some markings that tell you what is your company specific SMS pilot card. So now let's come to pilot card. Pilot card, it's very easy. This is the paper that will be handed over to the pilot once he boards your ship for maneuvering into a berth or outside to the sea. So the first thing you have to do is write the date, the port of the ship's entry. Suppose you are going to Singapore, you will just write Singapore, then the vessel's name, her call sign, the year it was built. So I'll just fill it up. It was night. I'll just take a name as night. So call sign will be 9 whiskey golf 8 echo. Then the year it was built, maybe 2018. Then the length overall, that is maybe 189 meters. Then they will ask you how many shackles are available in both the port and starboard anchor. So maybe you have 8 and 10. Then the ship's arrival draft forward and aft. The vessel's GRT, maybe take it as 32,000 tons. Then the breadth of the vessel in meters. Also, then comes a question about bulbous bow. So you have to write whether the bulbous bow is present or not. Then comes a scale diagram of the ship with length from the bridge to the forward and length from the bridge to the aft. Again the beam width. So this is how this diagram comes up. Next comes your air draft. See, the vessel is at sea, so this is her draft. You have already written the draft here. And then the air draft. Air draft is basically the difference in height from your highermost point to your draft. Then the type of engine or the rudder, semi-balanced, balanced, and then the maximum power of your engine. Then an important character is the propeller, whether it is right hand or left hand. The transverse thrust when you give ahead or astern movement plays a big factor when you are berthing or unberthing. So that is the reason they will always ask you whether your ship is having a right hand or a left hand screw. Next comes full ahead, the engine movements. These are the engine movements and the RPMs that will be available when full ahead is given. Then the speed she might do when she is in loaded and when she is in ballast. So what you should know about this is these are all engine parameters that has been given by the engine manufacturer. This will differ according to the current or the wind. So you are just going to give them the engine parameters as per manufacturer. Then time from full ahead to full astern. Then minimum steering speed. See, all the vessels can only be steered when they are doing some certain minimum speed. After that minimum speed, even if you are giving the engine, there is no steerage. So this is the minimum steering speed. So this is the maximum angle to which the rudder can go. Then hard over to hard over, how many seconds. Then they might have a checklist about if all the equipments are checked. These are all anchor, bow thruster, radar ARPA, all this you can just read it. I'll just freeze the frame for a few seconds. These all things, whether it has been checked or not. So this is basically a simple explanation of a pilot card. This is for my ship, yours might differ. Now once you understood a pilot card, this has to be given to the pilot at every port. So maybe they will take it with them, or maybe they will keep it back. So this is a exchange with the pilot, and it should be readied before the pilot boards. So next comes, when your vessel is going to Singapore waters, there are certain checklists. The same thing, they will be giving you the pilot, we will be giving them the pilot card, then they will be giving you a certain checklist for pilot card. It's the same thing: name, call sign, gross tonnage, length overall, beam, type of ship, draft, midship draft, and the height. Then they have certain things from where the height is measured. So if it is from the general arrangement plan, you should give the GA plan number. If it is from other source, then you should write down the reference number of that source, and or by actual measurement. Then the equipments, whether they are working in order or not, all the equipments, and if there are any defects, you have to write it down. Then gas free certificate, these are for bulk bulk gas, chemical carriers and tankers proceeding to shipyards, or tankers or conventional vessels carrying bulk liquid cargo proceeding to the berth. Mine is a container ship, so we never fill this up, so this is not for us. Then the master is giving a declaration. See, this declaration by the master is a statement that the vessel is ready for pilotage. Then they also have a requirement, and this is Appendix Bravo. Bravo is basically, the first point is, has the MPA checklist, vessel checklist for pilotage movement been completed? That is basically this, whether it has been done, we have filled it up. Then has the pilot been briefed verbally on the ship's peculiarities, maneuvering characteristics and current status? This. Then the pilot been briefed by the master on the passage plan. Then the status of the equipment, engines has been tested prior arrival or departure. Remember this checklist, if you are going to Singapore, you have to make an entry in the logbook once you complete this checklist. Then fixing, if fixing of the position has been carried out and means are there to do it. Then pilot's advice is understood and carried out by the duty officer and by the helmsman. Then verbal engines and helm orders confirmed and been monitored by master and officer. Forecastle been manned by someone and anchors in readiness. Then proper safety working procedures for tug line cast off and alongside been done. Then adequate proper lookout, has it been maintained? Then has the ship side been cleared of all protrusions? Then if the pilot ladder has been rigged according. Finally they will write vessel's name, date, time, master's name and signature. So these two papers are to be filled when you go to Singapore. And this pilot card, this has to be always filled out whenever you are proceeding to a pilotage. I suppose you got a good understanding of how to fill a pilot card. Thank you.